Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of World Championship Wrestling. Josh coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, and we are resuming the TV title tournament tonight.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Texas, weighing in at 285 pounds, Black Bart.
Round one wraps up tonight with four big matches. Black Bart taking on the All-American Ron Simmons, who is one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. Also tonight we will see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in action. He is taking on Wild Bill Irwin. The Great Muta will face the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff will take on Sam Houston. Those are all first round matches in this TV title tournament this evening. Also big grudge match stemming from last week. Garvin has issued the challenge. Barry Windham has accepted. That match will take place later tonight.
And his opponent from Warner Robins, Georgia, weighing in at 278 pounds, one half of the WCW United States, the All-American Ron Simmons.
Windham and Garvin both blaming each other for losing in the TV title tournament last week. A lot of involvement from both men, and they will attempt to settle the score this evening as they go one-on-one later tonight. Also another grudge match stemming from the Powers of Pain attacking the Road Warriors last week after the Road Warriors had defeated Thunderfoot 1 and 2. The Powers of Pain stormed the ring, Pearl Harbored Hawk and Animal, and the Road Warriors want revenge tonight. That match has been signed for tonight. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Black Bart takes down Ron Simmons. And of course our big main event, the world champion Nature Boy Ric Flair will team with the enforcer Arn Anderson. They will take on Sting and Magnum TA here this evening. That is our main event. Sting, of course, involved in a feud with Arn Anderson. Anderson getting involved in Sting's business. And Sting returned the favor last week. And also Magnum TA and Ric Flair at one another's throats last week. They will wrestle for the world title. Big world title match at Clash of the Champions on May the 31st. But tonight, Magnum has a chance to get his hands on Nature Boy Ric Flair prior to Clash of the Champions too. Good move there by Black Bart. Ron Simmons, of course, is one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, along with Sam Houston. We will see Sam Houston in action later tonight. Good neck hang and throw there by Black Bart. Another sold-out crowd here in Atlanta, Georgia. Black Bart power lifting. Ron Simmons cover here. He's got Simmons pinned. One. Black Bart moving on early on. No. Simmons kicked out. Near fall. Next week we'll have the second round, the semifinal round in the TV title tournament. I know that gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's already there. Good running strike there by Black Bart. That forearm blasted Simmons right between the eyes. And now Bart just deadlifting the All-American. Spins him around. Good slam there. Tully Blanchard has also moved on to round two. We also know that Arn Anderson and Sting are there. They will wrestle each other next week. So 2 weeks in a row, Sting and Anderson will be at one another's throats. Simmons now raining down left hands on Black Bart. Stomps him in the midsection. Just want to say hello to all the new subscribers and to all the ones who have been here for a while. Definitely appreciate you. Leaping elbow drop there by the All-American. And Ron Simmons going to the middle rope here. Flying elbow smash. Great move there by Simmons. Into the ropes goes Black Bart. Simmons attempted a running shoulder tackle. Black Bart had that well scouted. Caught him with that knee right to the midsection. And down goes Ron Simmons. Black Bart has him up now. Ron Simmons fighting back. Right hands. And a knee right to the kisser. Bart was going for a power bomb. Ron Simmons countered it there. Great move there by one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. Down goes Bart. That shoulder tackle, and Ron Simmons calling out to this sold-out crowd. They are clearly behind the All-American. He would love to become the first world television champion and become a double champion here in WCW. Simmons going out to the floor. Went for that flying shoulder tackle. Bart just too smart for him. Stayed out of the way. Simmons misjudged that badly. Bart now carries Ron over. Face first into the railing. Our camera is taking you right into the action. Bart picks him up. Ron Simmons throws Bart. Bart nearly hit the steel steps. Running elbow drop. They have until the count of 10 to get back in the ring. A double countout would eliminate both men. Ron Simmons well aware of that. Pushes Bart back in the ring and Simmons follows. Knee to the lower back. Great move there by Ron Simmons. And he is feeling confident now. The fans clearly behind him. Waiting for Bart to get up. Running shoulder tackle. Cover here. Leg hooked. 1, 2. A 2 count only. Bart able to kick out. We are with you for 1 hour here this evening. Left hands again from Ron Simmons. Right to the head. Stomps the midsection. Simmons taking time to flex for the crowd. Needs to keep his focus on Black Bart. Do not underestimate Black Bart for a minute. Neck breaker there. And Simmons now applying that nerve hold. That shoulder claw. Trying to wear down Bart. Bart sweeps the leg out from underneath Ron Simmons. Simmons slow to get up. Bart from behind, clothesline to the back of the head. He floored Ron Simmons. Picks him up. Bart now has him up. Suplex and a slam. Great move. Kicked him right in the face. And Bart again, gut wrench. Deadlifting Simmons, and this time the powerbomb and the pin again. He might have him this time. Only a 1 count this time. Scored a near fall the last time. Simmons slides out of the ring to rebound. And comes off with that great shoulder tackle. But Bart fighting back with that big forearm shot. Reversal by Simmons into the corner. Follows him in. Thunderous clothesline. That sends Bart to the mat. Simmons picks him up. Wrist lock. Hammer lock. Elbow right to the mouth. Great counter there by Bart. Great belly-to-belly suplex by Simmons. Simmons was trying that shoulder tackle once again, and Bart used his own momentum against them. Caught him with that great belly-to-belly suplex. Lateral press, but an easy kick out by Simmons. Bart neglected to hook the leg. Bart drives the knee to the back of the head. Picks him up. Right hand, that really rocked, really staggered Simmons. What's Bart doing here? Grabs both ankles. Slams Simmons face first against the mat. And now it's Bart's turn to call out to the crowd. The fans are loving this one. TV title round 1 match. Bart might be going for that Texas compactor, that flying leg drop. Simmons moved out of the way. Heads up move by the All-American. And now Ron with a right hand. Picks him up. Scooped him up. Running. Power slam. Cover. Leg hooked. 1, 2. Ron Simmons moving on to round 2. Impressive victory over Black Bart. Bart was going for that flying leg drop off the top rope that he calls the Texas compactor. Ron Simmons moved out of the way. Applied that running power slam. And Simmons moving on to the semifinals. Great matchup to kick off the program. The action not done by any means. So much more great wrestling action coming your way. Don't touch that dial. Here's another look at it. Bart, the Texas compactor, nobody home.
Here is your winner, the All-American, Ron Simmons.
Fans, I've just been told there is something going on in the back. Ricky Morton is in the building tonight. He had just finished a concert across the street and came to the arena alone, and manager Jim Cornette has just blindsided him with a steel chair. Let's get our cameras back there, please. What is going on with Jim Cornette? Taking that steel chair to Ricky Morton. Cornette is the manager of the World Tag Team Champions. Last week, the Rock and Roll Express attacked the Midnight Express from behind. Meanwhile, Eddie Gilbert making his way to the ring. Gilbert is taking on Wild Bill Irwin, the other half of the Long Riders, but we need some medical attention for Ricky Morton, who's just been attacked by Jim Cornette, the manager of the World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express. If you missed it last week, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Sweet Stan Lane were on their way to the ring to take on the Malky Brothers. The Rock and Roll Express attacked them from behind. And Eddie Gilbert has an entourage with him. Missy Hyatt, Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and the Italian Stallion. Those men are not members of Missy Hyatt's group. And here comes Wild Bill to the ring.
From Texas, weighing in at 250 pounds, Bill Irwin.
Chief Wahoo McDaniel and the Italian Stallion have a bone to pick with that man and his tag team partner, Black Bart. And you can know that they're going to be in the head of Wild Bill as he's looking down at them at ringside. Will they get involved in this matchup? Fans, Ricky Morton has been placed on a stretcher and carried to the medical area of our facility, and he is being looked at right now. What is going through the mind of Jim Cornette? Blindsiding Ricky Morton. Robert Gibson is not here tonight. Some payback from Jim Cornette trying to take out Ricky Morton. Fans, we saw another attack last week. The Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff attacking Lex Luger after Luger had defeated Lee Scott. Luger had been talking about challenging for the U.S. title. Nikita Koloff didn't like that one bit. The U.S. champion attacking Lex Luger. And fans, that match has been signed for the Clash of the Champions 2. Backbreaker here by Wild Bill. Missy Hyatt already covering her face, unable to look. Wild Bill. Eddie Gilbert would love to move on in this TV title tournament, but so would Wild Bill Irwin. Hammerlock here by Wild Bill, really working over Eddie. Wrist lock now bending back on the fingers. Chief Wahoo McDaniel scared to look as well. The knee to the lower back. And cowboy boots being placed. Being put on Eddie Gilbert, I should say. Still shaken about Ricky Morton being attacked by manager Jim Cornette. We will hopefully bring you an update on the condition of Ricky Morton before the close of our program. Again, working over those fingers, bending back on the arm. And again, double knee to the lower back. He's really working over hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. Picks him up. Into the corner. Face first goes Eddie. And a clothesline that sends Gilbert crashing to the mat. And Gilbert being devastated here by one half of the Long Riders. And Gilbert needs a timeout. Trying to avoid Wild Bill. Throws him into the steel railing. And that is one way to get back in the match. Elbow drop across the throat. Picks up Wild Bill. Throws him in the ring. Gilbert slides back in. And Gilbert now turning things around. Boston Crab has him turned over. Wrenching back on the legs. Bill Scott checking in to see if Irwin wants to give up. But Irwin uses the strength in the legs to power out. Wild Bill from behind. Good backdrop suplex. There you see the Italian Stallion looking on. This feud all started in the U.S. Tag Team title tournament. Eddie Gilbert with a good arm drag. Has him up. Beautiful suplex. Actually, it was a World Tag Team title tournament, excuse me. The Long Riders took out the Italian Stallion, who was going to be the partner of Sam Houston. Went for the flying elbow drop, took too much time, and Wild Bill moved out of the way. Bill scoops him up. Big slam. Bill off the ropes. Corkscrew elbow. He landed it. Gilbert in a lot of trouble here. Gilbert fighting back, though. Left hands. Winds up with a right. And that drops Wild Bill Irwin. Cover. Leg hooked. 1. Sam Houston chose Ron Simmons as his partner. as a replacement for the injured Italian Stallion. When the Stallion came back, he attacked Wild Bill and Black Bart, grabbed a mystery partner. That was Chief Wahoo McDaniel at Clash of the Champions 1. And fans, a match has been signed for Clash of the Champions 2, a rematch. Chief Wahoo McDaniel and the Italian Stallion taking on the Long Riders. What a match that'll be. Wild Bill taking a timeout. He's in the wrong area, though. What a chop there by Eddie Gilbert. Knife edge chop right across the Adam's apple. Into the corner. Turns him around. And Bill just clawing the eyes now of Eddie. Raked his eyes. Bill Scott, the referee, ordering Bill Irwin not to do that again. Face first into the buckle. Bill spins him around. Grabs him by the tights. Throws him shoulder first into the ring post. And Gilbert collapses in the corner. Irwin now choking away on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Clash of the Champions 2 shaping up to be quite an event. Magnum TA will challenge for the world title. Gilbert's got the foot on the rope, ref! Referee didn't see it, but Eddie Gilbert realized it, had to kick out. He had the foot on the rope. Referee Bill Scott did not see it. He should have ordered the break as soon as Gilbert put the foot on the rope after the count of 1. Clothesline there by Eddie Gilbert. He ran him over, measures him, drives the fist between the eyes. And now Gilbert going up top. Fans roaring here in Atlanta. He is going for the frog splash and lands it. Cover, hooks the leg. He's moving on to round 2. No, he's not. Irwin kicked out. Gilbert thought he had it won right there. Submission hold here by Hot Stuff. Bill Irwin trying to figure a way out of it, and he will roll free. Gilbert charging in for the clothesline, and Bill again going outside. Eddie Gilbert chasing him this time, though. Double axe handle off the top rope. Irwin wanted another timeout. There's no timeouts in wrestling. Face first into the ring post. Here goes Missy Hyatt and Chief Wahoo McDaniel over. Throws Bill back in the ring. Eddie going up top once more. High risk move. And the frog splash for the second time. That's got to be all. Leg is up. 2 and 3, no. Bill Irwin again able to kick out. What a great match here for this TV title tournament. Reversal there by Wild Bill. Bill picks him up. And there's the bear hug. Out of nowhere. Nowhere for Gilbert to go. He's a long way from the ropes. Can he hang on? No, he can't. He gave up. He just gave up. And Wild Bill Irwin just upset Eddie Gilbert. Missy Hyatt can't believe it. Look at Italian Stallion coming up. Bill Scott said, don't you dare come in. He was going to attack Wild Bill. But Wild Bill pulls off the upset win over Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert out of nowhere. Slapped on that vicious bear hug. Eddie Gilbert was a long way from the ropes, crushing the man's ribs. Gilbert had to surrender. And Wild Bill, here it is. Look at that. Locks it in. All the strength in the arms of Wild Bill. And Eddie Gilbert calls it quits.
Here is your winner, Bill Irwin.
Impressive victory by Wild Bill Irwin. He is moving on to the semifinal round. Missy Hyatt can't believe her eyes. And Irwin just staring down at Wahoo McDaniel. The action continues now. Another match in the TV title tournament. The Great Muta making his way to the ring. He will take on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Fans, we have an update on Ricky Morton. Nothing broken, so that's good. And he's expected to make a full recovery.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Osaka, Japan, weighing in at 243 pounds, the Great Muta.
And some great news for Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. In two forms. First of all, they're going to get a World Tag Team title rematch against the Midnight Express at Clash of the Champions 2. at the end of the month on the 31st. But also next week, it'll be Ricky Morton taking on Stan Lane, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express. And if Morton wins that match, he gets 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette. Added stipulation. So here's hoping that Morton wins next week. And Morton will have a chance to get his revenge on Jim Cornette. As the Great Muta waits for Dusty Rhodes to make his way to the ring.
And his opponent from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The Dream looking primed and ready for this matchup. The quickness, agility, speed definitely favoring the Great Muta. He has a lot of great submission moves as well, including that Indian Deathlock. He is the master of that moonsault, that flying backflip off the top rope and splashing down on his opponent. He has won so many matches with that move. But the American Dream, of course, has the size and strength advantage. He is the master of the bionic elbow. Muta has to avoid that move at all costs here. Rhodes will also use the figure 4 leg lock to make an opponent submit. The winner of this match advances to the semifinal round next week. Still to come, Sam Houston taking on the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff. Collar and elbow tie-up. Muta backs Rhodes into the corner. Will we get a clean break here? Referee Bill Scott's going to have to separate the men. Cheap shot there by the Great Muta. And Dusty Rhodes not happy about that. But Muta with that shoulder tackle just took down the much larger man, dropping Rhodes to the mat. Front face lock here by Muta. Great agility on display, as I mentioned. Good chin lock. Muta now picks up Rhodes. Has him up. What a backbreaker there by Muta. And a lateral press going for an early win. But an easy kick out by the American Dream. Knee to the midsection. Low kick there. Muta now. Pile driver. He planted Dusty Rhodes. Picks him up. But Rhodes fighting back. Desperation move. Takes him down with that shoulder tackle. Swift kick to the throat, it looked like. And Rhodes now on the offense. Raining down right hands on the kisser of the Great Muta. Strong kick to the back. Picks him up. Russian leg sweep. Nicely executed by the American Dream. Muta now. Good front face lock. Went for the kick. Nobody home. Dusty moved out of the way. He picks Muta up. Airplane spin. Round and around he goes. Slams him to the mat. Picks him up. That fan thinks one of these two men is the greatest of all time. Low basement dropkick there. The dropkick right to the knees. Took down the American Dream. He's had some injuries to those legs in recent weeks, courtesy of the Four Horsemen. Cover here by Muta. One. No, excuse me, not the Four Horsemen. Courtesy of Baron von Raschke. So used to the Four Horsemen perpetrating most of those attacks. But that was actually done to Rhodes by Baron von Raschke. Armbar here by Muta, trying to force Rhodes to submit. But Rhodes pushes Muta off. What a feud that was between the Baron and Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes winning the feud. Great pile driver. Shoulder claw here by Rhodes. Rhodes now trying to put that feud behind him. Focus on winning that TV title. Slams Muta down. He'll have to get past the Great Muta here tonight. And that is no easy task. Into the corner. Charge again. All that weight down on Great Muta. Squashed him in the corner. Yanks him out by the legs. And now the American Dream going for the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Another near fall. Muta just kicked out in time. Fans really enjoying the action here in Atlanta. Russian leg sweep. Rhodes stomps the arm of Muta. Cranking back on the chin of Muta, trying to force him to submit. Muta will not give up that easily. He wriggles free. And Muta with a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex out of nowhere. But the American Dream fights back, backdrop. Flipped him up in the air. And Muta rolls out to the floor. Here comes Rhodes. Nowhere for Muta to go. He's trapped in the corner. Rhodes letting him have it. Spins him around. Has him up. Atomic drop. The American Dream picks him up. Went for the kick. Muta caught the leg. Again, if there's a weakness on the American Dream, it is the legs. Muta picks him up. Into the steel, back first. Muta has him, runs him again. The lower back crashing into that steel railing. Referee up to 6. Muta throws him into the side of the ring. Both men can be counted out. Bill Scott ordering him back in the ring. Rhodes is in. What's Muta doing here? Muta going up top. A lot of ground to cover here by Muta. Flying elbow drop. He caught him right in the gut. And now Muta, Dragon Sleeper. This could be all for the American Dream. Trying to put the man to sleep. But Rhodes able to fight free. And the American Dream has him up. Inverted atomic drop. And a clothesline up and over. The top rope went great. Muta crashing to the floor. Rhodes follows him out. Military press. Slams him down. And the leg of Muta cracked against that steel step. What a chop there. And Muta hit hard. And now Muta being thrown into the steel. Some payback there from the American Dream. Those jabs to the back of the head. He is working over Muta. High knee lift. They've got to get back in the ring. A double countout means both men are out of the tournament. Muta throws Rhodes. Our camera taking up and close. Into the action. Throws him back in. Referee up to 8. Muta again going up top. Might be going for the moonsault here. Will he turn around? He is waiting for Rhodes to get up. Fan standing. What a drop kick. Missile drop kick off the top rope. And Muta calling out to the sold out crowd. Muta wasting some time. Might be going for that Indian death block. But Rhodes saw it coming. The right hand. And down goes Muta. Rhodes turns him over. Drops the elbow. Crashing the chest of Muta. Cover here by Rhodes. 2. He's moving on. No, he's not. Muta kicked out. And the match continues. Muta needs to turn this thing around here. He is on the mat at the mercy of the American Dream. The Dream trying to force a submission. If you're just tuning in, this is a first round TV title tournament match. Belly to belly by Muta. Great comeback there by the great Muta. And Muta measuring Rhodes. Nice kick there by the great Muta. That might have knocked out Dusty. He's going for the Indian Deathlock here. If he locks it in, it's over. No, instead he's going for an ankle lock. Still trying to force the submission. He's worked over the legs earlier, but Rhodes desperately uses the elbow to get out of that move. He was in danger there. If Muta had locked on that move, that Indian Deathlock, it would have been over. Forearm shot there by Muta. Picks him up. Muta with a front face lock. Armbar. Now working over the arm, just trying to pick the man apart. Rhodes crying out no. He won't give up. Rhodes now. Here it comes. The bionic elbow. He just drilled Muta with it. Cover. Leg hook 1. Can Muta kick out? 2. No, he can't. And the American Dream is moving on to the semifinal round. Impressive victory by Dusty Rhodes. And fans, with that win, that means Dusty Rhodes will face Tully Blanchard next week in round 2. What a match that's going to be. Dusty and Tully. Classic matchup. Horseman member against Dusty Rhodes. Some great matches coming your way. And fans, we also know that it's Jimmy Garvin taking on Wild Bill Irwin.
Here is your winner, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Anderson taking on Sting. We know that one too. So 3 of the 4 matches we know for next week in that semifinal round. Excuse me, I'm saying semifinal, but it's actually quarterfinal. So I apologize for that. We're down to 8 men. 8 men after tonight anyway. We're at 9 right now. The TV title tournament continues. Sam Houston taking on the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Houston, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Texas, weighing in at 218 pounds, one half of the WCW, Sam Houston.
Sam Houston would love to become the first world TV champion. But what a tough opponent he has drawn in the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Koloff, the master of the Russian sickle and also that Russian bear hug. Sam Houston will use that bulldog to win matches. No one does it better than Sam Houston. Houston and Ron Simmons shocked the world when they won the U.S. Tag Team titles. An underdog team. The Russian Bear making his way to the ring. Paul Jones's army. There's Steve Jones and Baron von Raschke.
Accompanied by Baron. And from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 298 pounds, the Russian gladiator, Irwin Koloff.
Still to come, that big grudge match, Barry Windham taking on Ron Garvin. Another grudge match, the Powers of Pain will face the Road Warriors. And still yet, that main event, World Champion Ric Flair and Arn Anderson taking on Sting and Magnum TA. Next week is going to be Sting and Anderson in that TV title tournament. They will try to settle their feud. And Magnum TA, of course, getting that world title shot at the Clash of the Champions 2. Saturday, May 31st. So fans, as you know, the WCW channel, the official one, they put on a 6:05 show on YouTube every Saturday night. So I've wondered, should I move our program? Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Collar and elbow tie-up. Let me know if you'd like to see it move to a different time, or you just don't have to watch it live, I guess. You can watch their show first if you choose. Then come over here and watch ours on the replay. Reversal there by Simmons into an armbar. Or excuse me, by Sam Houston. Thinking of Ron Simmons. He is the partner of Sam Houston. Collar and elbow tie-up. Wrist lock here by Sam. Trying to drive Ivan down. You see number 1 Paul Jones looking on. Baron von Raschke. Also in the corner of the Russian Bear. Good armbar there by Ivan. Wrenching back. Beautiful drop kick, but Ivan deflected it to some extent. But that clothesline he couldn't deflect. That sent him sailing over that top rope. Houston now going up top. Look out, Baron's there. He just nailed Baron von Raschke. Sam Houston just took out the Baron. And now Sam throws Ivan back in. Sam going after Raschke. Drop kick takes down Raschke. Paul Jones coming over. Sam Houston taking it to Baron von Raschke. He's not in this match. Houston needs to focus on his opponent. That's Ivan Koloff. And Houston cleaning house, taking on 2 men. Referee Bill Scott needs to get some order restored. Drop kick there by Houston onto Raschke. Look at this. Come on, ref. That's not really fair. He just sent Baron von Raschke to the showers. Raschke did not choose to be in that ring. He was thrown in by Sam Houston. Raschke furiously storms off, headed to the back. He's been sent to the showers. He may have said something to referee Bill Scott that he did not like. But Houston now off the middle rope. Houston achieved something good there. He got Baron von Raschke away from the ring. But now he has to worry about number 1 Paul Jones. Ivan Koloff with the kicks. Right hand there by Ivan. Ivan just slugging away on Sam. Ivan now carrying Houston into the corner. Face first goes Houston, and a second time blocked there by Houston. And sends Ivan face first into that top turnbuckle. Houston now thinking about going upstairs. Some indecision there by Sam Houston. That inexperience and that hesitation of what to do next cost him here. He is now in the clutches of Ivan Koloff, who's driving him to the mat. He just collapses face first. Sam Houston thought about going to the top rope, then thought better of it. You just don't have that much time when you're facing a man the caliber of Ivan Koloff. Cover here by the Russian Bear. Leg hook, 1, 2, no, 1 count. Houston able to kick out. Strong kick there by Ivan. Ivan stomps the face of Houston. May have broken the man's nose. Houston gets to his feet quickly. Fighting back. What an elbow. Catching Koloff flush in the jaw. Now Sam Houston wrapping that arm over that top rope, and the rope just digging into the flesh. Kick out there by Ivan. Snaps the head down. Houston now in control. Seesaw. Drops the legs down. What a match next week between Sting and Arn Anderson. It all started when Anderson interfered in that world title match of the Clash of the Champions, costing Sting the match against Ric Flair. Anderson distracting the Stinger. Flair came and rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3. So tonight, Sting looking for revenge against Anderson and Flair. What a drop kick. Koloff went sailing across the ring. We talk about claps his ears. He clapped his ears. Face first to the mat. We talk about Sam Houston's great bulldog. He also is a master of that drop kick. Kick out there by the Russian Bear. Sam Houston puts his hands on his hips, breathing heavily, wondering how to put away the Russian Nightmare, or Russian Bear, I should say. Thinking about Nikita also. Koloff now embroiled in that feud with the Total Package Lex Luger. Those men will face at the Clash of the Champions for the U.S. title. Koloff, of course, the champion. Ivan yelling at a fan at ringside. You couldn't see that. Not sure what Koloff said he was going to do to him. I guess knee him in the face. But meanwhile, he's going to do this to Sam Houston. He's going to pile drive the man onto the floor. No! Had to broken the man's neck. How can Houston continue after that? Koloff could just go back in the ring and win by countout. But he's dishing out more punishment on young Sam Houston. You see that fan in that gray shirt raising his arms. That's who Koloff was yelling at. Sam Houston fighting back somehow. In superhuman strength here by Sam Houston. Claps his hands together. Going off the top. High crossbody. Could not make the pin, however. But what a comeback here by Sam Houston. Leaping elbow drop. Picks up Koloff. Into the ropes goes Ivan. Sam Houston. Down goes the referee. What a drop kick. Sam Houston trying to revive referee Bill Scott. Look out for Paul Jones getting involved here, but luckily Bill Scott got up quickly. He's as tough as they come when it comes to referees. And now the single leg Boston Crab applied by Sam Houston. Ivan kicks his way free. Big clubbing blow there by Ivan. Kick to the midsection. That knocked the wind out of Sam Houston. But Houston fighting back out of desperation. That punch right to the gut. And now the spinning toe hold by young Sam Houston. Taking on the much more experienced Ivan Koloff. Koloff in trouble now. Sam Houston working over the legs. Great strategy here by Sam. And again, turns him over, but Koloff is close to the ropes. Just needs to grab the rope to break the hold. But instead, he's going to power his way out. Still a lot of fight in Ivan Koloff. Sam Houston trying to drag himself over to the ropes. Double axe handle, and Houston just collapsed. Spins him around. Swinging neck breaker. Koloff might have used the top rope to his advantage there, wrapping up Houston's. Almost catching Houston's neck across that top rope. Koloff now backing up. Measuring Sam. Strong kick to the lower back. And now Koloff might be going for the Russian sickle. If he lands it, it's over. Houston turns around. Look out, Sam. He floored him with it. It's over. It's over. Cover. Wrapped him up. No, Houston kicked out. He wrapped up the leg, but Houston still somehow able to kick out. Koloff can't believe it, nor can Paul Jones. Fans loving it here in Atlanta. This is our last match in the first round of the TV title tournament. But a lot more action still to come. 3 grudge matches signed for... It's over! Houston just gave up! Just too much for Sam Houston. All the beating took its toll on young Sam Houston. He was unable to get out of that submission hold, that STF submission hold. And Ivan Koloff just defeated Sam Houston. Fans are stunned. Ivan Koloff moving on to the semifinal round where he will face...
Here is your winner, the Russian Gladiator, Irwin Koloff.
He's going to take on Ron Simmons, the other half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions. It'll be Ivan Koloff against Ron Simmons next week. Don't miss it for anything. The quarterfinal round coming your way next week. Thank you for staying tuned here to World Championship Wrestling. Ron Garvin making his way to the ring. He will take on Barry Windham in a grudge match.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 242 pounds, Ron Garvin.
Ron Garvin looking for revenge against Barry Windham. Both men getting involved in their TV title matches. A lot of interference from Windham and from Ron Garvin. And they'll try to settle the score here this evening. Ron Garvin looking to take care of Barry Windham here this evening. The man with the hands of stone. Fans, we've got to cut to the back again, to the locker room area. Sam Houston that's Baron von Raschke from behind. Cameraman saw Baron von Raschke hiding around the corner of Sam Houston as Sam Houston was making his way back to the dressing room. And he's been attacked by Baron. As you know, Sam Houston threw Baron von Raschke into the ring. Caused Raschke to be ejected. And now Raschke taking it out on Sam Houston. Let's get some help here for Sam. He blindsided Sam Houston, and he's already just wrestled a grueling match against Ivan Koloff. Come on, Baron. Don't do this. He's got that metal cart. He just drilled Sam Houston in the legs. And again, mashing the legs of Sam Houston with that metal cart. Let's get some help for Houston. Baron, big side slam, and Houston's head cracked against that cart. Here comes Ron Simmons. Baron von Raschke getting out of there. Ron Simmons tending to his partner. Meanwhile, Barry Windham making his way to the ring.
Accompanied by J. Dublin. And from Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, Barry Windham.
Sam Houston being looked at now by our medical team. Simmons went in the locker room with his tag team partner. Our thoughts and prayers definitely with Sam Houston at this moment. Barry Windham looking to beat up Ron Garvin. J.J. Dillon accompanying Windham to the ring. Great action coming your way next week. The quarterfinal round kicking off. Arn Anderson will face Sting. Big grudge match there, but also an important match. The winner will move on to the semifinal round. Wild Bill Irwin taking on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes will take on Tully Blanchard. And Ron Simmons takes on Ivan Koloff. Those are your 4 quarterfinal matches in this TV title tournament. Also, if you missed the announcement earlier, after Jim Cornette attacked Ricky Morton, the match has been signed. Ricky Morton will take on Stan Lane If Morton wins, he gets Jim Cornette in the ring for 5 minutes. Referee calls for the bell. Big chop there by Ron Garvin. And Garvin now attacking the leg of Barry Windham. Garvin picks him up. Good backdrop there by Barry Windham. Windham now stomps the arm. So I mentioned earlier the WCW classic shows being aired at 6:05 on Saturday. If we did move the program, maybe 8 o'clock a.m., that's when WCW had a Saturday morning show way back in the day. They also had a lot of programming around 10, 11 on the Fox affiliate stations across the country. Fox or NBC, I can't remember. Seems like it was Fox. Fox 45 in Dayton, where I'm from. Big right hand there by Garvin. Garvin fighting back. Garvin now whips Barry Windham into the corner. Windham hit the turnbuckle hard. Snaps the leg. Garvin now stomps the back of the legs. He's just putting the boost to Barry Windham. So it could be 8 a.m., 10 a.m., or 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. Or we could just push it up to 5 o'clock. Usually I have an hour show, so it's usually done by 6. Good suplex and bridge here by Windham. A one count only. We could do 5 o'clock or maybe 4:30. Just throwing some ideas around. Or we just keep it at 6. And like I said, people can tune in later if you choose to watch the WCW Classic show first. You can also watch their show later. At any rate, I appreciate you watching each and every week. Garvin now going to work on Barry Windham. Stomps the arm. Choking away now on Big Barry Windham, the Big Texan on the mat. James J. Dillon looking on with concern. Barry Windham slides outside, needing a timeout. Misdirection there. Both men going for clotheslines. Both have the same idea. And it's Ron Garvin delivering a great shoulder breaker. What a chop there by Garvin. But Barry Windham just sidestepped him there. Waistlock. Big suplex on the floor. And Garvin's back cracked against that concrete. What's Windham doing here? He's got a baseball bat. No! It's over. He's been disqualified. Ron Garvin's been bloodied. His forehead was busted open. Come on, Barry Windham's been disqualified, and this feud is far from over. Ron Garvin wins by DQ. But this match, or this feud rather, far from over between Ron Garvin and Barry Windham.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Paul Jones. And at a combined weight of 621 pounds, the Barbarian and Warlord, the Powers of Pain.
Barry Windham tried to sneak that past referee Bill Scott. That's not going to work. Bill Scott was looking down like a hawk the minute Windham took out that baseball bat from under the ring and hit Garvin with it. He was disqualified. Ron Garvin wins by DQ. Garvin wins the match, but Windham might have won the war here.
That opponents, accompanied by Precious Paul L. Reed.
Windham using that baseball bat to crack open the forehead of Ron Garvin.
And at a combined weight of 609 pounds, Paul and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
2 more big matches signed for next week. Sam Houston and Baron Von Raschke. Houston is going to be okay. He's been looked over. And he's going to take on Baron Von Raschke next week in a grudge match. Also another grudge match. Black Bart taking on the Italian Stallion. Just a few weeks ahead of Clash of the Champions, where Bart and Irwin will take on Stallion and Wahoo McDaniel in a rematch. So another great night of action coming your way next Saturday night. We're probably just going to stick with that 6 p.m. time slot, unless there's a lot of people saying move it. And that's when it aired on TBS back in the day. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Right hands. He's working over Hawk. Barbarian wasting no time. Sends him into the corner. Went for the big splash. Hawk moved out of the way. Good way to stop that momentum before Barbarian takes it too far and wins this matchup. Running leg drop there by Road Warrior Hawk. And a cover. He's got the leg hooked. Easy kick out by the Barbarian. Paul Jones back out there. Number 1, Paul Jones in the corner of the Powers of Pain. It was the Powers of Pain attacking the Road Warriors after Hawk and Animal defeated Thunderfoot 1 and Thunderfoot 2 last week. Came up from behind, rushed the ring, and attacked the Road Warriors. And the Road Warriors issued a challenge match here tonight. The Powers of Pain feel like they're the number 1 contenders to the tag team titles. The Road Warriors were talking about how they were. Slams the knee against the mat. So a top contenders match here and a grudge match. Fall away slam there by Road Warrior Animal. There you see Precious Paul Ellering looking on. He is the manager of the Road Warriors. What a discus punch there by Animal. He floored the Barbarian. Cover. Leg hooked. We will stay with you until for the conclusion of these next 2 matches. Even if we run past the 7 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Picks him up. Big backbreaker there by Hawk. Double axe handle coming up. Lands it perfectly. And now it's the Barbarian in trouble. Whips him into the corner. Tag made to Animal. Double team coming up. Animal off the middle rope. Double axe handle to the lower back. And a cover. Leg hooked. Warlord makes the save. Animal going over to Warlord. Right hand sends him sailing to the floor. And Animal yelled something at Paul Jones as Paul Jones threw a chair into the ring. We do not need another disqualification. Bill Scott, please get that foreign object out of the ring before one of these 4 men use it. Double hip toss there by the Road Warriors. Warlord leaning over that top rope. Hawk's got the chair. Tag made. Hawk has the chair. Right hand there by Warlord, and he clotheslined him down. Luckily, Hawk did not use that chair, but Hawk up quickly. He's like a punching bag here for the Warlord. He's just wailing on him. Meanwhile, referee Bill Scott ordering Animal out of the ring. Animal was trying to come into the ring. Bill Scott said, "You come in, I'll disqualify you." Slams him down. Hawk's got the chair again. Don't do it, Hawk. Don't do it. Hawk contemplating using that chair on Warlord, and Bill Scott. Cooler heads prevail here. German suplex by the Warlord. Some distraction cost Hawk. As Bill Scott, the referee, and Hawk were discussing the use of that steel chair, Bill Scott, "I'll disqualify you in a minute," is what Bill Scott told him. Front face lock here by the Warlord. Has him up. Slams him down. Animal reaching over, trying to nail the Warlord. But the Warlord just avoiding him. Again, Bill Scott ordering Animal out of the ring. Animal's got to abide by the rules here. It has gotten personal between the Powers of Pain and the Road Warriors. Both teams feel they're in line for a World Tag Team title shot. The winner of this one will definitely escalate their case. Here is the Cobra Clutch. Animal has stepped into the ring. He breaks up the hold. Hawk was in danger of submitting there. Animal still in the ring. Bill Scott trying to restore some order, throws him up and over, and the Animal working over Warlord off the top onto the floor. Warlord and Hawk are the legal men. Animal is not. Bill Scott issuing a lot of warnings to the Animal. Here comes Hawk out to the floor. Hawk coming over. Hawk has him hoisted up. Great suplex onto the floor. Look, Precious Paul Ellering looking on. Hawk putting the boots to the Warlord. We do not want a double count out. We want to settle this tonight. Cracks the knee. Great move there by Hawk, but he needs to get it back in the ring. A double count-out's not going to solve anything. Come on, Hawk. Hawk putting the boost to the Warlord. Referee up to 7. Warlord floors him with that clothesline. Here comes Animal over. Paul Ellering ordering Animal to help his partner. Hawk's going to get counted out here. Hawk's going to get counted out. He just made it back in. He just got back in. Bill Scott was about to count 10. Hawk trying to crawl over to the corner. Warlord ready for him. Has him up. Running power slam. He planted Hawk. 1, 2, 3. Again, Animal has the referee distracted. Warlord has it won here. Animal makes the save. He should not be in the ring. Referee's going to have to restore some order here. He's got to get Animal out of the ring. Animal's got the chair. No! He went... Lucky for him, Warlord. Referee trying to get that chair out of his hands. Warlord had just made the tag to avoid that chair shot. The Road Warriors would have been disqualified, but Animal has been in the ring for a long time. Bill Scott's lost control of this one. Bill Scott's lost control. Animal refusing to leave the ring. He's going to disqualify the Road Warriors. Bill Scott had no other choice but to disqualify Road Warrior Animal. Powers of Pain win by DQ. And this feud again far from over. Bill Scott just disqualified Road Warrior Animal. Animal letting his temper get the best of him. He's going to have to cool down Paul Ellering. You saw him warning him. Said, calm down, man. Animal disregarded the rules, and the Road Warriors have been disqualified. Last match of the evening. There you see him, World Champion Nature Boy Ric Flair. He'll team with the Enforcer Arn Anderson, Baby Doll, and Tully Blanchard coming out with Anderson and Flair. They will take on Sting and Magnum TA in our main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Tully Blanchard, and at a combined weight of 470 pounds, the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the Enforcer Arn Anderson.
We're going to stay with you to bring you the conclusion of this main event. What a team, Flair and Anderson. But what a dream team, Magnum TA and Sting. You are watching World Championship Wrestling, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. Here you see Baby Doll, Tully Blanchard at ringside. Next week, Tully Blanchard will take on Dusty Rhodes in that round 2 TV title tournament match. What a match that's going to be. What an ovation for the boss, Magnum TA. He is coming out first.
First, from Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 245 pounds, Magnum TA.
Magnum TA wants to get his hands on Ric Flair this week, but he'll get the opportunity on Saturday, May 31st. Clash of the Champions 2. We'll be in North Charleston, South Carolina for that one. We are calling it Spring Stampede. Sting is in the house. What an ovation for the Stinger.
And his partner from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 251 pounds. This is Sting.
Sting will not have to wait for next week. He's going to get his chance at Arn Anderson here tonight in this great tag team match to close out the program. Ric Flair is going to start out against Magnum TA. We're going to get it to start out the dream match. No, we're not. Psych, says Ric Flair. He tags in the enforcer, Arn Anderson. The fans giving him the business, calling him a coward. We thought we were going to get Magnum and Flair to start off this match, but Flair quickly tagged in the enforcer, Arn Anderson. Anderson now throws him into the corner. Now the tag made to the world champion after Anderson wears him down. Snapmare. Flair now. Good assist here. And a leg drop. Great double team by Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. Great duo here. Flair now rakes the eyes. He's got Magnum right where he wants him. Good back suplex by the Nature Boy. Flair now choking away on the boss. Tully Blanchard looking on. Flair styling and profiling here this evening. Magnum kicked him in the knee. And now Magnum fighting back. Big side suplex there by the boss. Magnum now drags him to the corner. He'll make the tag to Sting. Sting and Flair, what a match that was at the Clash of the Champions. Less than a month ago. Good backhand strike there by the Stinger. Has him up. Beautiful suplex. Sting now stops Flair. Sting blames Arn Anderson for losing to Ric Flair, for Sting losing to Ric Flair. As you know, Anderson got up on the apron, distracted Sting. Ric Flair spun Sting around, rolled him up that strong inside cradle, and Flair became the first world champion here in WCW. Slams him into the corner, back first into that turnbuckle. Great body slam there by Sting. Sting tried to stomp the lower back. Ric Flair moved out of the way, but could not avoid that devastating elbow to the top of the head. Sent Flair reeling, collapsing against the ropes. Slingshot suplex. He looked down at Tully. Tully, no response from Tully Blanchard. That is Tully's move. Sting has defeated Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham. What a feud it's been between Sting and members of the Horsemen. But this feud continues. Now with Arn Anderson. Sting stomping the arm. Now referee Bill Scott ordering Anderson out of the ring. Anderson in. Look out, Sting. Dragon Sleeper. Sting trying to move out of the way. He does. He's got Anderson. Scorpion Death Drop. He rocked double A. Anderson trying to interfere to no avail. Anderson's still in there. He better get out of the ring. Bill Scott ordering him out. He's going to disqualify him too. He did it to Animal earlier. Anderson wisely steps out of the ring, but again, Anderson once in there. Tag made. Magnum TA now getting his hands on Nature Boy Ric Flair. What a match that's going to be at the Clash of the Champions. When those two men right there wrestle for the World Heavyweight title. Magnum wants the title. Picks him up. Into the corner goes Flair. Tag made to Sting. Double team coming up. Anderson coming over. Look out, Sting. Anderson tried to nail Sting as Sting came off the ropes. Sting just too quick for him, however. Moved out of the way. Shoulder claw again. Here comes Anderson. Running clothesline. He took Sting's head off. And now taking out Magnum TA. Anderson putting the boots to Sting. And Bill Scott having trouble in these tag team matches. Keeping order. Throws Sting up and over the top rope. Bill Scott's going to have to get involved here. Anderson going after Magnum. Double underhook suplex on the floor. Sting's back in the ring. Right hand. Sting with an elbow to Anderson. But Flair caught Sting by surprise. That distraction allowed Ric Flair to pop Sting right in the mouth. And now Flair working on the leg. The elbow right to the knee. Flair now thinking about making the tag, and he does to the enforcer. Sting's to his feet, however. A knee right to the midsection. Nearly flipped Arn Anderson. Leaping elbow drop by the Stinger. Sting picks him up. Into the corner, he's going for the Stinger Splash. No, he's not. It's a clothesline to the back of the head. But here's a cover by Sting. Flair's got a chair. Flair's got a chair. He just waffled Sting with it. And Flair and Anderson have been disqualified. Flair threatening Magnum with it. Magnum says, I dare ya. We're out of time. We'll see you next week.